Hey guys, it's Leo, and it's time to talk about episode 29 of HUGTTO PRECURE. This episode focused on Hana's grandmother and her story, and it was a very nice episode that focused on themes like coming of age, losing people, and dealing with loss. And I thought it was really nice. First, because it's very rare for us to see anime focusing on getting older, not really coming of age, which is kind of normal, like growing into a teenager and, getting into your late teens. But, actually getting older, like being an adult and becoming senior. And so I thought that this episode had this nice touch that I don't think many anime deal with this, and it was done in a beautiful way. So we got to meet Hana's grandmother. She is very funny. She's very like Hana. I mean, she's totally like Hana, and she even did like a crazy hairdo because Hana's friends would visit, and so she completely prepared herself for that. And then she started making sweets. She makes traditional Japanese sweets, and she was it seems that the sweets that she was making, it seems that they were delicious. For the girls, they were delicious. But for people who actually ate sweets there for a long time, they were not that good. So I felt that for us that were watching, at least for me, it was easy to understand what was really going on behind everything and why she wasn't being able to deliver the quality that she used to when she was younger. But for the girls, it was a new thing. It was a lesson learned, and it was beautiful. It was very nice to see the girls so young have contact with something that's not of concern of people their age, and that's a normal thing. Right? Usually teenagers don't really talk about those questions that you start thinking when you get older. And for myself, I'm 31 and I don't really think about things like when I'm 60 or even more. How will I be? How will my body be? But you start thinking about how your not last days, how can I say this? Like the last days of your life are going to be. So I think that at least now I'm trying to prepare myself better for that age. But when you're younger, you don't think about that. At least I didn't. And then we had the girls trying to learn more, and we had a nice character called Yone-san, who knew Hana's grandmother for a long time, and she was helping not only the girls but Hana's grandmother as well to overcome something. So Hana's grandmother ended up having an accident, and she had a problem with her back, which is kind of normal for people when they're older. And not only when they're older. I mean, my back destroys me lots of times. And she ended up going to the hospital, and so the girls ended up learning a little bit more about her and why she was not making one of the signature sweets of her sweets shop, which was because of Hana's grandfather and Hana's grandmother's husband, and they created that sweet together. They had like a special memory around it, and she was not able to do it, not only because she was not as young and so her body was not responding anymore the same way it used to be, but also because there was this emotional barrier, because they did it together, they created the sweets together, and they had it was their sweet. It was their thing. And that's kind of beautiful if you think about it. But at the same time, it's kind of sad because she doesn't have it anymore. But she still have the memories, right? She still has it in her. But, and I think that it's a case of, trying to get something and trying to get a memory. And sometimes you deal with it in a bad way and turn it into something that you can deal in a good way. And that's a great thing. I feel like that's a good thing, and that's how she was able to overcome it at the end of the episode. But talking about age and getting older, we also have Jalos, our villain, which we learned a little bit more about her. Her connection with Corp is because she doesn't want to get older. I mean, I made that connection and I think that's an obvious thing, because she doesn't really want time to go by, because she wants to be young forever, young and beautiful forever. And look, I like Jealous and I really enjoy her as a villain, but I think that this theme of not wanting to get older, of being beautiful forever, I think it's kind of saturated, for women, especially for female villains. It's kind of saturated, every time you have a female villain that doesn't want to get older, she wants to stay beautiful forever. Sometimes in some shows you have women who are older, but then they use magic or a special power to keep them younger. And, I kind of understand the fact that you want to be young because it's healthier, your body works in an easier way. But I feel like with women, the reasoning of those characters is actually more related to the beauty of being young, of attracting people. And that's what I don't really enjoy. And I think that there are so many possible routes for characters. And focusing only on that is something that doesn't really please me. I don't know, that's just how I see it. And so Jealous for me ended up becoming kind of a disappointment as a character, not Jealous herself, but the creation of her as a character. Do you guys understand that? I mean, I still like her. I still think that she was pretty cool in this episode, controlling her minions. And in this episode, we were able to see more of her minions. I mean, they talked more, they acted more, and it was kind of fun. But I still feel like she is, the whole creation of her motives for joining Corp and wanting to stay beautiful forever. I don't know how that sits with me. I mean, there are way many possible routes, and then it seems that they always go for this route for female villains, and I don't know, it doesn't really please me. And so the episode, the girls started working on that special suite, and then they took it to Hannah's grandmother, and then Jealous attacked. And the fight itself, nothing special, even though I felt like they over-exaggerated a little bit on Hannah's grandmother attacking the monster. But it was a beautiful moment when Curiel saved her, and then she noticed that Curiel is Hannah. She noticed right at that moment, and it was such a beautiful scene. I got emotional when I saw that. It was so nice, and Curiel looked super strong punching the monster like that. It was so nice. And then we had the trio attacking and defeating the monster. It's been a while and it's nice. It's nice they're changing, Sometimes the three girls defeat the monster, and then sometimes Amur and Machiri defeat the monster. And it's a nice thing. It's a nice way of changing things up before we get to the 5-girl attack that we're probably getting soon. So it's nice that they're changing it a little bit. And so I think that's all. This episode was another filler episode, even though it was a nice one, and I really liked the theme. I really liked how they discussed things, and I feel like this episode, it added up a lot to the Precure franchise. I think it was a nice addition thematically, And so, what else do I need to say? Well, next episode, I think the next episode is going to be another filler one, but it's going to be more fun, it seems. And I think that it's going to be brilliant, seeing the girls visiting lots of different places around the world, eating lots of food. Lulu is going to be very happy about it, and that's very nice. And so that's all. I'm sorry for my red eyes. My allergies are acting up this week, and it's being really tough. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment with your opinions on this episode, on this great episode. And let's keep talking in the comment box below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.